topic about rectifiers. First, power supply block diagram. Power supply block diagram consists of first step down transformer, which converts the AC supply voltage into, which will decrease the voltage to 0 to 12 volts. Next, so this is AC voltage, and which is given to rectifier. So rectifier converts AC to pulsating DC. AC to pulsating DC. The main element used for rectification is diode. We use diode for rectification purpose. Next, to decrease the AC level in the output, so we need to use filter. So filter removes AC component. It removes AC component and it will give the almost pure DC voltage. And here inductor and capacitor, these two will act as filtering elements. Next, and the output of filter consists of a small quantity of AC and mostly it consists of DC. Next, and the output of filter is given to regulator. So regulator will maintain constant DC output. So what the output of regulator is constant DC output. So mostly we use ZR diode as regulator because ZR diode acts as voltage regulator. And finally we are getting constant DC output. So this is power supply block diagram. First we use step down transformer to convert AC supply to the supply required for the device. Next, rectifier converts AC to pulsating DC, and then filter removes AC component and we are getting pure DC value. And still if you want constant DC voltage, we require regulator. So regulator maintains output constant. Next, now we will discuss about rectifier. Rectifiers are three types: half wave rectifier, full wave rectifier, and bridge rectifier. Half wave rectifier, next full wave rectifier, bridge rectifier. The main function of rectifier is it converts AC to pulsating DC. So first half wave rectifier. So half wave rectifier block diagram for half wave rectifier is it consists of first step down transformer and then diode which acts as rectifying element and which is connected to load RL. And here input is AC input. So this is input voltage, and here depending on the input voltage, diode is either on or off condition, and finally we are getting output. And the output is like this for half wave rectifier. So output is like this, pulsating DC. Whenever D is on condition, we will get output. To explain the operation, and we will divide the total operation into two types. First, during positive half cycle. So during here we can divide the total operation into two parts: positive half cycle, negative half cycle. During positive half cycle, what happens is point 1 is positive and with respect to point 2. Then here the diode, PNH diode acts as it operates in forward bias condition and it acts as closed switch. Nothing but here in this case diode acts as closed switch. So once it acts as closed switch which is in forward bias condition, current passes through load. Then the output voltage V0 is equal to I into RL. So here during positive half cycle D is on condition and V0 is equal to I into RL because it is on condition. Next, second, during negative half cycle during negative half cycle. So here we are applying only negative voltage. So if you apply negative voltage, then point 1 is negative and point 2 is positive. So in this case, suppose if you consider diode, and this diode operates in reverse bias condition. Diode operates in reverse bias condition. Means nothing but P type is current negative, N type is current to positive. So in reverse bias condition, diode acts as off switch. So once the switch is off, current is 0. So in this case, in negative half cycle, current is 0. That's why output is also 0, because it is I into RL. So in this case, D is off because it is in reverse bias condition. Automatically V0 is equal to 0. So this is the operation of half wave rectifier. Next, full wave rectifier. So full wave rectifier, in this case, so we use two diodes, diode D1, diode D2, which are connected, and at the center we are taking load RL. So this is D1 and this is D2, and input is AC supply. AC supply. Again, in this case also we can explain the operation by using two half cycle. First during positive half cycle, during negative half cycle. So first during positive half cycle, if you apply positive, then here point 1 is positive, point 2 is negative, and here since point 3 is grounded, automatically it induces negative polarity here and here positive polarity. So during negative half cycle, what happens is, first during negative half cycle, point 1 is positive to point 3 and point 2 is negative to point 3. Okay, then what happens, since P type is current to positive and N type is current to negative, diode D1 operates in forward bias condition and it acts as closed switch. Means diode D1 is on. In this case, diode D1 is on condition. Once diode is on condition and current I1 passes through load. Next, at the same time, see here we are applying negative voltage to diode D2. Then it operates in reverse bias condition and it acts as reverse bias, means nothing but open switch. So since switch is open, automatically current I2 is equal to 0. So here the conclusion is, during positive half cycle, D1 is on and D2 is off. So since D1 is on condition, the total current I is equal to I1 plus I2 is equal to I2, because I2 is equal to 0. Next, V0. So V0 is nothing but voltage across RL. So in this case, V0 is equal to I1 into RL. So V0 is equal to I1 into RL. Next, during negative half cycle. During negative half cycle, input is negative voltage. Then automatically point 1 is negative, point 2 is positive. Automatically it is plus and it is minus. Next, in this case, diode D1, we are applying negative voltage diode. Automatically diode acts as open switch. Diode acts as open switch. Then the current I1 is equal to 0. Current I1 is equal to 0. Next, in this case, diode D2. So here diode D2 is current to P type is current to positive, N type is current negative. Nothing but it is in forward bias condition. Forward bias condition means it acts as closed switch. So then current I2 passes through load. Then V0 is equal to I2 into. So in this case, what happens is D1 is off. So since D1 is off, I1 is equal to 0. Next, D2 is on. So since D2 is on and V0 is equal to I2 into RL, because I is total current I is equal to I1 plus I2, but since I1 is equal to 0, it is equal to total I2. Okay, so V0 is equal to I2 into. Next, coming to the waveforms. So for half wave rectifier, half wave rectifier we are getting. For positive half cycle, we are getting output. For negative half cycle, so output is 0. Next, in this case, in both half cycles, current is passing through load. Means in both cases, V0 exists. V0 is I1 RL. Similarly, V0 is equal to I2 into RL. That's why. So here we are getting continuous wave. Means during positive half cycle, D1 is on. That's why current exists. So V0 exists. Next, during negative half cycle, D2 is on. Again we are having output V0. And here D1 and D2 are conducting alternately. That's why we are getting continuous waveform. So this is called pulsating DC. This waveform is called pulsating DC, nothing but which consists of DC and small AC component. It consists of small AC component.